Hey guys, Michael Williams, Selling North Georgia Team, part of Keller Williams, Greater Dalton Realty. Going to bring you the way too late predictions for 2023. Yes, we are a month into 2023 already. Today is February the 3rd. And unfortunately, I did not get this video out last month. I ended up going to Orlando to support my daughter in a cheer competition, which she won first place. Congratulations, Eris. And then I went to see the Dogs wear out the TCU Horned Frogs in LA, which was awesome. And then came back, was here for 3 days, went to Pigeon Forge for one of my daughter's Christmas presents that we didn't get to do on Christmas because the weather was terrible. And so ultimately that ended up with a sinus infection for a few days. And so here I am, it's February and we're starting the year off. So my apologies on the delay, but nonetheless, here we go. My predictions for 2023. Number one, I predict unemployment to go over 5%, which doesn't sound like a crazy stretch, but here we are on February the 3rd, and the jobs report just came out. 517,000 jobs created in January. So, holy cow, that's a lot. And the Fed is trying to get unemployment to go higher, but they have failed so far. Unemployment right now is at 3.4%, so I'm predicting it to go up 40%, something like that. So yeah, I think we are in the middle of our last big employment rush, and I really do think that unemployment has got to go up. I don't see how the Fed is going to get control of inflation when we are at a 3.4% unemployment. That's just too low. Healthy unemployment is actually 5%. So we are creating more jobs than we have people for right now. There's a report out there called the JOLTS report that talks about how there's 1.9 jobs for every employable person. So that's job openings, excuse me. So 1.9 job openings for every one person that needs a job. That is not a recipe for us to solve that problem yet. So anyway, I think the Fed is probably going to do something to create more unemployment. Number one prediction. All right. Number two, residential prices in the Dalton MLS will go up in 2023. That seems hard for a lot of people to believe. The prices have gone up so high and so tremendously over the last couple of years that people think that we are now overpriced. I just don't see it. I think we have too many jobs getting created in our local economy for the number of houses that we are building. So that's going to cause people to have to move here from other places. And if we aren't, our unemployment rate here is also very low, 3.4, 3.5. So if our unemployment is that low and when we create 600 more jobs, we need more houses because all the people here already have a job that want one. So very unlikely that we see a dip in prices when we have more people that need houses than houses we have available. So I think the residential prices are going to go up again. How much? I don't know, but there are a ton of people out there, including Zillow and, all the smart money, as they call them, predicting that we're going to have a decrease in prices. I just don't see it. So the metric that we're going to measure is median home sale price in the Dalton MLS. Last year, 2022, it was $228,000. I predict it'll be higher. And how much higher? I'll go out on a limb and say in 2023, I suspect the median sale price will be somewhere around $240, $245. That's going to be my prediction. All right, so number three, days on market will double. It will take a lot longer to sell a house. A little bit contradictory to what I just told you about more people coming here, not enough housing, all that kind of thing. But hear me out. In 2022, days on market, the median was 16 days. So if you put your house on the market in 2022, the time it should have taken you to sell it 16 days. That's crazy. So obviously there are different parts of the market, and Dalton MLS as a whole is not just one market, but there are many sub-markets to real estate. So if you were in the luxury market, it probably took you a lot longer than 32 days or 16 days or whatever. But if you built a 1,300 square foot house and it was new construction, it probably took you less than 1 day to sell it. People were probably trying to buy it from you before you got the footers in. So understand that that's not sustainable. It should take longer than 16 days. So I'm calling for days on market to be 32, which is still incredibly fast. So hear me out when I say it's not going to cause the market to crash. There's nothing else going on. It just should take longer than 2 weeks to sell a house. The reason I think it's going to take longer is buyers are being told that, oh, well, the market has shifted. We should get a better deal. Sellers are listening to us as agents and saying, I know the news says that we're supposed to be in a housing crash, but it's just not happening. Now, there are lower number of transactions, yes, but as far as price goes, we have not seen a crash. We have not really even seen much of a dip. Typically, it goes down in November and December because there are less buyers in the market, and the people that really have to sell list in November and December, and so you may get a better deal, so to speak, in that time frame. But throughout the course of a year, I believe days on market will be higher because it'll take us longer to get the seller and the buyer together. But once they come together, that transaction still happens, and it just takes a few more days. So 32 days on market, that's my prediction. And then finally, has nothing to do with real estate directly, but indirectly, I think this is going to play out. We need to pay attention to this. So I think we will officially be at war. That is my last prediction. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know which country we're going to declare it on, really, but we are flirting with war as we speak with Ukraine. Iran was recently bombed. We think Israel was behind it. It could have been us. Who really knows at this point? I don't know if I can believe anything I read. So I believe that whether it's China, Taiwan, Israel, Iran, or Ukraine, Russia, somewhere in the geopolitical landscape, America will be at war. So that is my prediction. How that will affect us, I don't know that we'll see it in the real estate world in 23 as far as the effect of being at war. What I do think will happen, though, is wherever that war happens, we're not going to get what we get from those people anymore, right? So we're going to have a little bit of a global supply disruption, which will lead to us bringing more jobs back home, more manufacturing back home. I think our commercial environment will be really frothy. I think we will really see some industrial buildings and warehouses and those kinds of things sell for a lot more than we've seen them sell for in the past, because we are a manufacturing hub. And I think the idea of reshoring and bringing our manufacturing processes back to North America, I think that will absolutely happen. Anytime there is a global disruption, it makes people want to bring those supply lines closer to home. And so I see our industrial base, our commercial base here in the Whitfield County area, I feel like that's going to be really strong. So not looking for a dip in that at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be a hot market for the commercial area. So those are my predictions. I hope they all come true, at least 3 of the 4, and I hope we don't go to war. But I do hope that our commercial base stays strong. So those are my predictions. You guys hold me accountable. Call me out if they don't happen this year. See you.